All right. Good Thursday morning. If you're watching us on a Thursday morning, hey, this is You Can't Make This Shit Up. Joel Hawksley, David Washington. We are J and Washington LLC. We are broadcasting You Can't Make This Shit Up from the Oxford Sports Pub and Secret Society here in Altamont Springs, Florida. And please, if you like what you hear, like what you see, enjoy the commentary, enjoy the comments, the conversations that we're having, share, like our videos. Tell us that you're liking it by leaving a comment. Share it with a friend, share it with a relative, share it with a politico, an elected, and of course, subscribe to our channels.
And don't hesitate to tell me to F off, or tell me I'm dumb or an idiot.
Give
Or,
yourself some credit.
look, listen, I take criticism because I give it. Right? If I can give criticism, I know I have to take it. And I make mistakes. Not very many. See, that's the thing, David. I thought I thought I had, made a mistake in the past. I did.
And what? Becoming a Republican or?
No, not that. That's probably the only thing I didn't make a mistake with. No, I think it was like having a fight with my history teacher. Because I should have passed junior history. So junior, when you're a junior in high school in Massachusetts, you have to pass history.
Okay.
It's U.S. history, and I'm fighting with my professor because I tell everybody in my book, Bring America Together Again. I'm political when I was in middle school. So now I have this liberal teacher trying to tell me things that I'm like, wait, you can't say that's not true. Like, you can't go telling people that that's a fact because it's not. So on my next show, what I would like to do, one of the things I'd like to do is I'd like to make sure that I bring in my book, The Lies Your Teachers Told You.
Are we broadcasting? It's not showing. We're not broadcasting. What's that? It's recording? Oh, not from my end. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Are you in something different?
No, we're in the no labels party, right? Really? Doesn't show. I'm sorry. It doesn't show where I'm at. That we're.
Are you in the? You're in the studio?
I'm in the studio. Yeah.
Oh, he's not. He's if he goes in, he sees his picture. He doesn't see the.
Right. No, I took my picture off. I'm in the studio.
I see myself over there.
You made another one? Uh-oh.
Haha, David's in the wrong one. Hey, if you see, you can't make this shit up. Like we have everything you want
I see.
right here. David, what was it? Yeah, what was I blabbering about?
I don't know. I don't know what you're about. I am so sorry about your history.
No. What I was trying to do is I'm trying to pitch my book, Bringing America Together Again. Please, on Amazon, buy it before my poetry book comes out. Before my other stuff. I've been a writing fool lately, except for the last day when I started doing some artwork for you.
Right.
You give me a moment to write something, I'm going to be writing. So.
Okay, I'm in the right studio.
Okay,
now.
So what's the studio? What's the comments? What are we talking about?
Okay, so the No Labels Party.
No Labels Party.
The No Labels Party has filed to be certified here in Florida, and they're doing so across the country. And the No Labels Party was created by individuals, politicals, electeds, to move the political conversation towards the middle, to represent the middle, to find a candidate for president that would meet America at the middle. If Donald Trump were to run again, then the No Labels Party was going to advocate. I'm sorry, if Donald Trump wins the nomination, the No Labels Party would produce their own nominee to give Americans a more centralist candidate.
Oh, wait. So you're telling me that we have the Independent Party, which Anderson created,
Okay.
and then you have Ross Perot comes and he creates the Reform Party,
Okay.
and now you got a group of people who's spearheading this one, No Labels Party.
Oh, we have Joe Lieberman, former senator from. Oh boy, I was gonna say
John, can you tell me how old Lieberman is?
Joe
This is-
Lieberman. Joe
Yeah,
Lieberman.
Joe Lieberman from Connecticut. I know who you're
Yes,
talking about.
Yes, yes.
Man, this guy's ancient. What is it with ancient people? And I'm telling you, he's 81 years old. Thank you, John. Lieberman.
Yeah.
Like Lieberman's a Democrat by registration, but a Republican in his.
Ain't that the
It-
truth?
it-
That
it
was
was
the knock
thinking.
against him when he
And
ran as
he
Al
became-
Gore's vice presidential.
which was probably the best choice that Al Gore
candidate.
ever made.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of us that liked Lieberman.
Oh yeah.
We
I'm
would've
sure a
come-
lot
we-
of Republicans did.
We do. I mean,
Right.
he
But-
definitely was. He was definitely too
The-
conservative for your
The
party.
CEO was Nancy Jacobson, and she is traveling the country and getting more information out there and more excitement, trying to build up more excitement out there for the No Labels Party and the possibility of having Joe Manchin, right, of West Virginia as the presidential nominee for the No Labels Party.
And see, this is exactly what I talk about all the time. You got the Libertarians, you got the Green Party. These third parties come around and they know they siphon just a small portion off of like the Libertarian Party. How do you not say that the alternate Republican Party when you take your candidates and they're both Republicans? Like the most liberal Republican Welds from Massachusetts running as vice president.
Right.
I mean,
What-
so now you're going to say this is a guy that's conservative because he represents his people. Have they?
And they believe the No Labels Party believe that he takes a centralist approach.
Right, but
and
he's
what
not
they're
gonna,
saying is that the No Labels Party is looking to squarely look at voter attitudes and consideration for a presidential bid. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at attitudes, and they're looking at the fact that on the Republican side, the Republicans are not checking that box. They're not. They don't see a nominee, a potential nominee on the Republican side that could meet the needs of the electorate that the No Labels Party is seeking to get elected, the voters.
David, I love third parties, but if you want a third party, wouldn't it be better to have Bringing America Together again as a party than No Labels Party? Like No Labels Party.
It's
I mean,
just a matter. I mean,
like, did they go to PR school or something? Because they definitely did. They didn't hit this one on.
well, the no parties, the No Labels Party, they've got some heavy hitters behind them.
But
They,
you
know,
used the word
Lieberman,
no.
their CEO is traveling across the country, trying to get the No Labels Party certified on state ballots. They've had conversations already with Senator Manchin, so they have the resources.
So they
much more than
actually.
bad.
So they've actually said they've had conversations with him, and he's actually
Oh yeah,
considering
he
it.
said they've had conversations with
And
not
he's-
just Manchin, but with other people who they feel that meet the criteria of focusing on voters' attitudes, and more of the centralist approach.
You do know, David, I could talk to Manchin too, right?
Sure.
I just have to set up an appointment. Doesn't mean he's going to do anything for me. I mean, come on. I get it. It's hype. But you know what? It's the no labels party. You automatically vote no.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. You could have had a better name than no labels party. And then these third parties, you're wasting your time until you get in there and you knuckle up and find out what is in between, what the everybody wants to capture the people that are absolutely not paying attention, because everyone is not paying attention.
Well, they're hoping to grab that magic that Ross Perot was able to have when he got the attention of Americans. And this is what they said.
That's a great big sucking sound going down.
Drinking again. What they said about Ross Perot is that what we're proposing here is more of an independent moderate, like Ross Perot, who takes from both parties.
No, he didn't.
And this is the attitude of the no labels party.
Listen, if Ross Perot took from both parties, then we would not have had Clinton. There's absolutely no way. The guy gets in the race, he gets out the race. 3 people in my family that were registered Republicans, I stopped talking to them for a couple of years because I was in the military and I was upset
they voted for Ross.
They voted for Ross Perot. Please don't ever tell me who you voted for, because I'll never tell you who I voted for.
They're thinking that that the attitudes, the voters' attitudes now, are tired of the culture wars. They're tired of the bickering in Congress. They're tired of the fight over something that's important as the debt ceiling, raising the debt ceiling. And the No Labels Party wants to get back to kitchen table issues that most Americans can agree to discuss and compromise on and negotiate. That's where the No Labels Party wants to get back to. And they feel that Ross Perot was a good example of Americans taking this another look at the two-party system and looking at Ross Perot and offering some legitimate I give them credit that they're going solutions.
I give them credit that they're at least looking at history and seeing the success of Ross Perot, but
they hope that the candidate would mirror someone like Ross Perot.
Oh, David, I think third party, until we come up with a third party that actually meets the needs of, like you're saying, meets the needs of the kitchen table issues, and actually gets that message out. The problem I have with this, and I love their concept. I love that they're going to try to get on every single ballot, which is very difficult. It's not easy to create a party. I mean, it's just not easy.
Well, to clarify about Manchin, have they had conversations with Manchin? They've had more than conversations with Manchin. He's the co-chair of the No Labels Party. So we're building up to a third party here, a legitimate third party. They've already filed to be certified here in Florida. So they're building up. And after July 4th, they plan on issuing their common sense agenda to America. So they're building the momentum here.
But David, I'm going to throw a monkey wrench at them, right? How many registered no label party people are you going to get before the election? You got to you register them in your party. That's the only way you can solidify that the fact is they're going to vote for your candidate.
Well, wouldn't that No Labels Party presidential candidate be on the ticket?
Yeah, with everybody.
They went through the necessary paperwork and filing procedures and funding to be on the ticket, and
correct,
anyone will be able to vote for them.
And when we go through the 18 candidates that we have on our ballot, because each one just has to be on the ballot by the state, because you have to get on the ballot in every single state.
Sure.
Just because they register their party in every single state,
Right. Their candidate has
that
to.
that means that they're able to put their candidate forward. Ross Perot had to pay a fortune to get the Reform Party started.
I'm sure with these type of heavy hitters behind the No Labels Party, that they have the money to get their candidate on the ballot.
You know, I'm a Republican. I believe in, you know, creating parties, because the Republican Party was created, but the party was created because of slavery, right? There was an issue, a burning issue. What's our burning issue? All the candidates are too old. What's our burning issue? Like, I don't get what their burning issue. How are you going to convince people to come over to your party? Because everybody thinks that, like, it's a lottery, right? When they go in the ballot box, they go, "I want to vote for this candidate. I want to vote for Manchin." Be the first time I voted for a Democrat, even though he's on the No Labels Party, right? I mean, I could cross over at this very moment because I like how he thinks. Now I go into the No Label Party, but when I get to I'm all set to go in there. What happens traditionally is they don't pull the trigger because they just hate the other candidate bad enough where they don't want Biden in there or they don't want Trump in there. And they go, "I'm not wasting my vote."
Well, the No Labels is trying to capture the perception of the voter, and how that is defined is how they perceive the two other candidates, the Democrat and the Republican, how they perceive their own issues, kitchen table issues, and what the party is able to do for them. Again and again, they hope to mirror or have a candidate that mirrors uh, the candidacy of Ross Perot.
Okay, so who's the vice presidential candidate?
Not there yet.
I'm just saying, like, you got to think this thing through, right?
Who was Ross Perot's vice presidential candidate? His running mate.
You know, if you hadn't asked me that question at that very moment, I would have had an answer for you.
I don't. I mean,
Now I'm going to be puzzled. Now it's going to kill me.
in presidential politics, I mean the vice presidential running mate, the nominee, is important. However, it's always the president. The focus is always on the president. And so when Ross Perot ran, it was always about Ross Perot and his charts and all that stuff. And he was a personality. I would think that the same would be for a no labels party presidential nominee.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. I I'm not trying to be like negative in the sense that I support them in what they're trying to do. I just want to know what's going to convince people that enough is enough. I mean, just I mean,
No
I can't
labels is
stand.
hoping that they can convince Americans that enough is enough and that they're the solution. And thus that's why they formed the no party, the no label. I keep saying no party, the no labels party, because they feel that Americans have had enough and that their kitchen table issues aren't being addressed.
Oh, nobody's kitchen issues are being addressed. We've stopped addressing issues. We simply get there and we fight and we fight and we fight and we become
Thus
more
the
partisan. And
thus the no labels.
I get it, but No Labels is gonna have no chance.
And you and I know that traditionally independent candidates have no chance. They, especially at that level, the federal level. However, these are new times. These are new ideas. These are new candidates,
So
and things are happening differently. So again, I agree with you. The chances of a third party winning this election, with the amount of money involved, the popularity of all the candidates, especially the top tier ones, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Here you go, David. Here's my prediction. The Green Party and the Libertarian Party beat the No Label Party in the election.
Eh,
But at least it's a first. It's a first go for them. You know, it's even the Reform Party is literally state by state now. It's not like you have the Reform Party. It's the Reform Party of
right,
Florida, the Libertarian Party of Florida.
right.
Some of them are very specific because they couldn't get that cohesion to create that national
You'll get
passion.
I think you're going to get some excitement if there is a third party candidate from No Labels, especially if it's a personality that is very familiar to the public. I think you're going to get some excitement. It'll definitely change the dynamics of this presidential election, and who it benefits, who it doesn't benefit is yet to be seen. Again, I love politics. It's fascinating. This is fascinating. We'd like to know your thoughts. What you think about the No Labels Party?
And David
There's
Duke is
so much going on
and
here.
David Duke
And
is
look
ready.
for wait, and look for David Duke is not part of this conversation.
Yeah, he could be the vice president.
And look for the common sense manifesto or agenda that the No Labels Party is issuing after July 4th. And if you like what you hear, if you don't, please let us know. Share your thoughts. Share this information with your friends. Look them up. The No Label Party. Um, this is politics. I'm David Washington. This is Joel Hawksley. You can't make this shit up.
You can't have a party label.